Hi guys, ArchieLuxury, and who do I recommend in America? In America, who do I recommend for quality pre-owned wristwatches? David SW, David SW, David SW. Go to davidsw.com. He is the best, the greatest pre-owned dealer in all of the United States of America. David SW, David SW, David SW. Hi guys, it's your Pontiff Archibald Chesterfield III, AC3. Today guys, I'm making the video, this video here is called Why Watch Collecting is the Perfect Hobby if you want to be rich or an everyday millionaire. Why watch collecting is the hobby. And I gotta tell you this, guys, I have been somebody who's always wanted to have financial independence. And I don't know if I've exactly achieved it yet, but we're moving towards the goal. I think the important thing in life is it's not so much hitting the target, it's having the goal to work towards. It's the journey, not the destination. Although the destination can certainly bring its own rewards. So today, I wanted to tell people why watch collecting is the perfect hobby if you want to become financially independent or an everyday millionaire. Now, the reason it is such a good hobby is because watch collecting itself, it's very, very addictive. It's something that we can do, and it gives us a social thing, a social presence, forums, people to talk to. It gives us a pursuit. When we're at work and we've got a bit of spare time, we can Google our hobby and find out more about it. Watch collecting is the perfect hobby if you want to become an everyday millionaire. Now, the reason I say this is because with watch collecting, you're learning some very key skills. Negotiating. You're learning how to sell. You're learning how to buy and negotiate. You're learning how to sell and negotiate. You're learning how to deal with assholes. You're learning so many life skills. These are really business skills to set you in the right frame of mind. So, to be honest with you, learning about buying and selling, these are simple business principles that you can apply to anything. Negotiating a vehicle purchase, negotiating a home purchase, negotiating a salary increase with your boss, negotiating absolutely anything. So I think these are very good things to learn there. The other good thing about wristwatches is, unlike hobbies like, say, motor cars, which you basically you put a lot of money in and you get pennies in the dollar back. With wristwatches, if you're savvy, you can actually make money. And this is a bit of a sport there. We all like to pursue financial goals. So that's a very useful thing. The other thing is, as a hobby, you can start off at a low level, say you're dealing in Seikos. Then you kind of move up to sort of the higher Prosecco's, the Presages, maybe some Independents. Then you lose your shirt on the Independents, and then you go into higher grade watches, say vintage Omegas, Tag Heuers. And you start moving up the ladder. So no matter how much money you have, there's an ability to buy and sell, trade, and weasel your way into the next purchase. So it's a great way. You can start off at Seiko's and end up Rolex, Pateks, whatever. The sky is the limit. And it's a very useful thing. A long life's journey. I know myself, I've had money in the hobby. I've bought expensive watches and I've needed to pay bills. You can sell a piece off, liquidate it, and you can come back later and buy it again. And the interesting thing is about money is once you know how to negotiate, buy and sell, do a bit of wheeler dealing, you really can, that really does empower you. So I got to be honest with you, if it's like this, the millionaire who loses everything, when he starts again, he's so much ahead of somebody who's never been there before, somebody who's never made $1 million, because he's been there. He's just going through it again. Watches as a hobby itself there, it is a great thing. You could come in very cheaply. You could sell up, move up. You're learning a lot of key skills, negotiating skills. And if you're lucky, well, it's not luck. I think it's more you're savvy. You can make some real money. So it is a great hobby like that. The other thing about watches is if you ever have to liquidate and move out, it's a very cool thing. It's an off-ledger asset. Basically, ownership is 9/10 of the law with watches. If you're going through a divorce, what are these watches worth? You could say you don't have, you could sort of bend the truth to suit your circumstances. And they're an off-ledger asset. It's not like they have a title deed or they have a pink slip. Watches themselves, it's ownership. If they're in your possession, they're basically your watches. And this is a wonderful thing if you're trying to have some off-ledger assets for whatever reason, a string of reasons. It's a very liquid currency. It's an item you can, if you wanted to say you wanted to move money between one country and another, it's going to set alarm bells off. But if you simply wear an expensive gold Rolex to another country, this is talking post-COVID, of course, it's simply a matter of jumping on a plane and off you go. It's really, as long as you're not bringing in a large number of them, you can basically just walk through with 1 or 2 watches. So it's a great means, which if you need to move currency around, cash out, you can easily get out, cash in very easily, and it will hold its own. So the savvy buyer is able to move currency, move countries. You can basically do what you want there. The other reason why watches is a great store is that not only is it it's an inflation hedge, it's also a currency hedge. If one currency is tanking, watches are an international currency. It's not really a US dollar thing or a euro thing. It's whatever. It's the world currency. So incredibly liquid, incredibly transportable, incredibly small and able to be moved. It has a ready market in so many countries. It's the perfect asset class. And if you're going through a divorce, you can hide money into watches, hide the money, and then you can sell them in different countries. You can do so many things with. They're a very very cashable type thing, particularly if you stick to the Rolex, the big brands, Rolex, Patek Philippe. You stick to things like the AP Royal Oak series. You stick to Vacheron, Lange, those pieces. Okay, those pieces may not hold their value if you buy them new, but if you buy them on the pre-owned market, they're pretty safe. They're pretty safe buying. They also represent an investment opportunity. You could buy these things and say you bought a Submariner, come back a year later, and it's more than likely going to be going up in value. Same thing for an Omega Speedmaster. They've gone really good. So it is a really unique asset class. And the other thing is that it's so cashable. If, say, you need the money, you can easily liquidate your collection and use it for other purposes. If you need it for a business or something else you want to invest in, you could easily switch into something else, and you can always come back later, albeit a higher price. You can always come back later and reclaim your stake. So it is a very, very liquid type of asset class. And in many ways there, you can hide it from people you don't want to know about it. It is just such a unique asset class. The other thing is too, how can it really make money for you? And I gotta say this, okay? I'm the sort of guy who, I don't want to just sacrifice everything. If I've got a beautiful wristwatch on my wrist, well, maybe then I don't have to have certain swanky clothes. I could do with lesser or just standard clothes. But I don't want to just be stingy, but I'm not being stingy because I got a beautiful watch. Now, the thing is, if you spend less on completely depreciable type items and put it into watches, you've bought an asset class which will often maintain its value, if not increase. And there's not many classes of assets like that. You buy a motorbike, you get pennies in the dollar back. You buy a motor vehicle, pennies in the dollar back. So many classes of assets would love to be like wristwatches. So I think for many people, not only do you learn key skills on buying, selling, negotiating with complete arseholes, but you also have an asset class that's very liquid, very transportable. You can use it as a hedge against inflation, against currency. You can use it as an ideal store of value for many, many years to come. So watches really could be the perfect asset class for you. So have a think about whether it suits you or not, but wristwatches could be the perfect investment for you. I'm ArchieLuxury. Tell me what you guys think of that. Guys, if you like these videos, why not send me a small PayPal donation? PayPal to ArchieLuxury72@gmail.com. ArchieLuxury72@gmail.com. I enjoy making these videos for my community. Hey guys, ArchieLuxury. Guys, I want to introduce a new service to you. ValueYourWatch.com. Proud supporters of ArchieLuxury. No seller's fees, no buyer's fees. That's right, guys. This is a trading platform to buy or sell watches. You can start selling for free. That's right. We advertise our paying for our paying subscribers on Google, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. It's a global platform. That's right, guys. Get $50 off the annual subscription by applying the coupon Archie when you check in there. But guys, you can try this for free straight away. Guys, you can start listing watches. ValueYourWatch.com. Give it a try and tell me what you guys think of that.
Feeling me, me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. Feeling me, me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. Feeling me, me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me.
Like, subscribe, and tell your friends, and don't be afraid to get a paid review. $50 US for a paid review. It helps me stay full-time on YouTube, and I will see you in the next one. $50 US paid review. I can't survive on Google Ads. I need your support. And guys, you could also sponsor me on Patreon. Patreon allows you to pay as little as $1 a month to keep me on YouTube. Hey guys, ArchieLuxury. Who do I recommend for watches in Brisbane and Sydney? Vintage Watch Co. That's correct. Vintage Watch Co. in Brisbane Arcade in Brisbane and the Strand Arcade in Sydney. Vintage Watch Co. Brisbane and Sydney. Ronnie, I've known him since the late 90s. Ronnie is a top bloke. Luke is a great guy. Vintage Watch Co. That is who I recommend in Australia. Check out Vintage Watch Co. and the guys' amazing range of watches. They also do service and repairs. Vintage Watch Co. That is where the Pontiff goes. You know, some of my Pateks came from Vintage Watch Co. That's right, guys. Vintage Watch Co.